Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whew, whew. Look, I'm breathing like this because I got hurry up. But look, let me say this right. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Boom, boom, boom. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. And the B-Boys Real Team Talk Show. Let me hurry up and say this right here because I got some stuff I want to say to y'all. I got some stuff I want to say to y'all. Telling you. Now, let me do this. Today is Monday, right? Men's Mental Health Monday. Men's Mental Health Monday. And I'm going to tell y'all, I don't think people understand what I mean when I say that, right? And as a man who was taught from an early young age how to be responsible, you know, as a father, as a husband, stop thinking people going to be perfect. That's y'all problem. And I need to identify more things with people with issues, serious issues, when they say certain things out their mouth. Like when I sit here and I tell y'all stuff like this, right? And that's why I like talking the way I do. Because I'm no longer in prison in my mind. Okay? I am not caught up. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm saying this, because I'm thinking about this platform I just left off, where they talking about deconstructing. But it's the religious beliefs, the religious doctrine and teaching and all of that that's been passed down generation after generation after generation. I got that. Who else talks about that? Dr. Joy. Post-traumatic slavery syndrome. Dr. Joy talks about that. Breaking that mental, emotional, and spiritual cycle. So I'm listening to these people talking about deconstructing what I'm going to say our ancestors on down has been taught. Back in the days, we understand that. I got that very, very clear. That's why when I tell y'all, I am a recovering addict. My journey is spiritual. Embracing myself. If I call myself a Christian, look at me in my face. If I call myself a Christian, in Philippians, it talks about Christ. It talks about imitating, I always say emulating. It talks about imitating Christ's humility. It doesn't say Christ was mean, nasty, ignorant, and mean. That's not what it says. It says he was a loving, kind, considerate person. But every time I kept telling these people, I said, I'm a Christian. They looked at the indoctrination. I said, please don't look at that. I said, I'm a Christian. So I knew they didn't understand what I was talking about while I was saying it, because they kept going back to the religion. I said, people do not pay attention. And let me share this. Y'all thought y'all was some of the greatest and most intelligent people you ever wanted to meet. And I kept saying it to be smart, because I knew it was offending y'all. And you kept falling for it every time. One guy was telling me in a way, like, man, don't use that no more. I went to AI. Let me be honest. And I put all that in the AI. You know what that's called for a lot of us? Another form of trauma. Another form of childhood trauma, manipulation, and all that type of stuff that was passed down to us. And you know what y'all are doing, or y'all was doing with me? You was taking that bull crap out on me. Whoever hurt you, I don't know who hurt y'all. I don't know if it was a pastor, it was a deacon, it was your parent. I don't know. Now can you understand why I do Monday men's mental health? To break those cycles. Now I'm using my own words, but then you gonna turn around and try to flip my words with your words. Don't do that. Because a lot of people don't do things like I do. A lot of people don't see what I see. And I'm sitting here listening to y'all talking about Bible, and I know you dissecting it now. I'm sitting there and I'm listening to y'all talking about Bible, but you talking about the stories like you believe them so much, but then you'll turn around and say, well, this not right, that's not right. And it was a couple of other guys that came up. And slowly but surely, y'all was starting to attack them. And that's why I kept saying little things too, because I knew where they was coming from. Y'all just didn't get it. And y'all felt the need to try to convince them on whatever they believe or how they live in their life. It's not real. This is what got me. The guy I love was asking somebody, okay, we working on deconstructing people from that old information. What my housing program is about is to help change people's mindset, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Deconstructing people from the old information that they basically grew up on to help put new information in. Y'all start certain things, but it sounds good, but you don't even know why you're doing it. So now, if you're used to lying, manipulating, being a con artist, and that's what brings you pleasure and excitement, and you feel like this is the right thing to do, that's why you're doing it. Somebody else might come along and say, yeah, you know that's wrong, you can go to prison. And what? That's wrong, you can go to prison. And what? You just told them. But if they continue practicing those behaviors, what it's saying to them is right to them, right? So you think I'm gonna get myself upset for a person that used to live a life like that, for a person that don't live a life like that no more, and I'm going to get upset? See, I can only talk about me. And every time I hear people say things, they'll turn around. Y'all will talk about, this what gets me. I wasn't there when Jeremiah, if it was really, a Jeremiah, because I'm hearing them talk about people's stories, but then it's not their stories. It's like, make up your mind. You believe that these are authors, and you have authors that it's to today that write books, whether they're fictional or fact. Might be drama, might be suspense, right? So I'm saying this, family, because number one, whatever works for you to become a better individual in life. I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And you have a freedom within your mind, like what I was stating on AI. I got peace today. I'm not worried about this individual, that individual, this over here, that over there, even though we might think about certain things, you get me? But the whole goal is to go back and gather that peace. I have peace in my life today. My life is not held bound by no religion. But yes, this is what they said too. Yeah, we'll read the Bible, we'll do this and do that, but you talking about something that you don't believe in. But you reading it. You contradicting yourself. Most people that don't believe in something stay away from it. They don't go in it and quote scriptures out of it and then go from verse to verse. That means you kind of believe in what you see or reading and studying. A lot of the stuff I was hearing them say, and I am a God-fearing man, I can't remember all that. And I done read the stories. But I can't remember that like verse from verse. And that's what they doing. But they talking about something that they trying to deconstruct from. But your memory is real good. So from time to time I would jump in, right? I ain't even gonna say your name, Miss Lady. You just kept coming for me. You just kept coming for me. Please stop disrespecting me. Please stop. Because when you come for me, it's like I'm supposed to shut up and just let you say anything to me. Do you know how humbling that was for me? To just shut my mouth. I kept saying the church ordained me a deacon. You come right behind me. It was man that did that. What did I say? The church that I go to. My pastor, basically, he ordained us. It was man that did that. What did I just say? I said the church. The church, when I say the church ordained me deacon, because look, that's the ministry I went into. And then if I would have said something like this, yeah, and I got my wife pregnant, you would have had something to say about that too. And you know what that does, family, not being smart. Because I'm thinking about this, right? Men's Mental Health Monday. When you psychologically try to come for me, and I sit here and I tell y'all, I deal with people with mental issues, psychological issues. And I'll start recognizing certain behaviors in you. I told them to family, when I read and I study scripture, I don't look for stuff inside the Bible to depress the people or suppress the people. I read stuff where I can turn it around and empower and strengthen people, encourage and motivate people. You know, these words I kept saying, it's like it wasn't resonating with them. And the whole thing to everything I'm saying out my mouth, helping people to understand the difference between right and wrong. That's just how simple life is. But we are the ones that complicate it. Helping people to understand the difference between right and wrong. People teaching me a lot. And in a way, I am so grateful and honored to where I'm at in life. I'm not that miserable man like I used to be. I'm not. I am not that miserable man like I used to be. And no way in the world, if I hear you talk about peace, joy, happiness, I'm going to sit back and put you in a place of downgrading or chaos and confusing people. When I hear you talk about mainly where you used to be at one point in your life and you're no longer there, the quality of your life has turned around. Do you think I'm going to dig in and try to find things to contradict whatever you're saying out your mouth? Because that's your life. I didn't live your life. I had to live my life. And I screwed up. And if you ask me, would I change anything? No. No. Love y'all. I'll be right back.